Hi, I'm Ryan Moody. In this week's tip, we're going to show you one of the many problems that people can have using spin reels. Firstly, spin reels are a great reel to use simply because they're so easy to cast. You don't have to worry about getting backlashes and things like that, especially for beginners. And also, they are very fast retrieve compared to, say, a bait caster or a multiplying reel. However, you can actually spin the line up on these really bad if you don't know how to use them properly. Many of you experienced fishermen out there might already know this. The problem that line twists can cause is simply when you go to cast the reel, sometimes the line comes off the reel everywhere and gets all knotted up and twisted badly if you've left any loose line while you're casting. Also, if your line's twisted, if you've got it sitting in the rod holder, the line will twist around your rod tip if there's any slack line. All of a sudden, when the fish takes off, snap, there goes your fish. The line twist around the rod tip can also happen halfway during the fight. If you're too quick, if you drop the rod tip too quickly and you've got a tiny little bit of slack line, it'll just go around the rod tip once. It's called being tip wrapped actually. It'll go around the rod tip and bang, when the fish takes off again, it'll snap the line off. Now, how a spin reel works is simply, you have a rotor. There's the rotor that spins around the reel, spool, and what happens is, normally, it's supposed to come off the reel like so, and the rotor doesn't move. That's when the fish is taking line off you. Got your drag set at 130 of breaking strain, so the fish is taking line off you like so, no problems. And then when the fish stops, it's all about watching your spool. So when the fish stops, that's when you drop your rod tip and wind back down again. But your spool must not be spinning when you wind down. Now in the case of a fish taking lots of line off you, 100 mile an hour, and then you're winding the handle at the same time, you can see the spool spinning there now. And what that does, you keep doing that, you're going to end up with badly twisted line. And that is where the problems arise with wrapping around the rod tip. One bit of slack line and all of a sudden the twist goes around the tip and your fish is gone. So always make sure when you're fighting the fish, when you're winding it in, that spool is not spinning. Make sure it's coming back on the reel without the spool spinning. Very important. Or other words, when you're winding the handle, if you hear the ratchet going, that means your spool is spinning at the same time you're winding. So you must not hear the ratchet go. You must not hear that while you're winding the reel. So always see, it's wrapping around everything there now. Even wrapping around the bail arm, that can cause issues as well, especially if you've got a bit of wind blowing against the current and you're getting a little bit of slack line. So it can wrap around absolutely anything once it's all twisted. The only way around it is to cut your leader off, run it out the back of your boat, run about 50 metres of line out or however much is twisted. It can go down a long way, particularly if you're fighting a fish like a big shovel-nosed shark or a big tuna or something like that, whatever it be. If it takes 100 metres of line off you and you're trying to wind while the spool's running out, that whole 100 metres is going to be twisted eventually. So simply cut the leader off, run it out the back of your boat and cruise along at 15 knots and just let the line untwist itself with no weight on the end of it. That's the only way you're going to get rid of your line twist. Now the problem mostly occurs with monofilament line, getting the twist up. But it can also occur with braided fishing line. Here's a little braided outfit. I've got brand new braid on this. And we took it out yesterday for the first time, and my client, when the fish was taking off 100 mile an hour, a metre long barra, he was winding the handle on occasions, not watching the spool. Now you don't have to worry about the line twisting and wrapping around the rod tip so much with braid because it doesn't have the memory of mono. But however, it does still twist up, and you can see the twists in the line just there. Now, but over time, if you keep twisting braided line up, eventually it'll get to the stage where it starts wearing on your line rollers and your guides, and eventually, if it gets so bad, it will wrap around your rod tip then. Monofilament, it only takes 20 or 30 twists in the line and it'll have that wrapping capability to wrap around your rod tip. It might take braid 400 or 500 twists before it'll actually do that. But do not think it won't happen with braided line, because it will. So we hope that little tip helps you, and so you can avoid snapping off a few of those quality fish. If you enjoyed this little tip and you'd like to see more, subscribe to our YouTube channel, like us on Facebook, or if you want some special tips that I only send out via email, head on over to our website www.ryanmoodyfishing.com and sign up to join our free fishing community. Keep fishing smarter, and I'll see you next time.